welcome back to another video here on the Lil'X Tech YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since we uploaded something, but here we go, coming at you with a review of using the Nexus 6 for a whole month. I'm not playing. I used this device for a whole month, and I'm gonna tell you about my experience. Now, as you can see here, the device is still pretty fluid. I mean, it's running on Android 7.1.1. But as you can see, you can still pretty much, use it as a media device. It does lag a little bit, of course. It was released in 2014. But I wanted to test it and see how it was. I actually took this sole device on my Florida trip whenever I traveled up there for spring break. And, well, it was laggy at times, of course, old device, Snapdragon 801, I believe, 801. So, yeah, it's been a while. As you can see, trying to play some games, opening. It takes a while, as you can see, it is an old device. Give it a little bit, and there we go. We're playing the game. Once it opens, once you're actually playing the game, it's actually a pretty good experience. I mean, I was able to play heavy titles on this, and you can see this little game, it's running like anything. So just playing a little bit, show you a little bit of gameplay here, and yeah, awesome. Scrolling through the UI sometimes it's actually pretty it gets laggy at times, but pretty smooth. Now the camera department is where it probably lagged a little bit. As you can see, playing one of the videos here, this is coming from the actual camera itself. It's not the phone lagging, it's actually it's the video. I exported it to my computer and the video was lagging, so you cannot take smooth video with this. Its pictures are, as you can see, pretty good for the most part. 13 megapixel camera, nothing great. 2014 phone, as I recall. But yep, as you can see here, trying to take some smooth video, and it came out pretty neat, actually. Right here you see a bird flying, kind of lag a little bit, but it'll do that with the camera. I would say 49% of the time it will lag, except for pictures. Pictures actually, you can snap them and take them. Videos, it is kind of crappy for it. But as you can see here, dual flash on the back, ring flash, a single camera, no dual camera. This was released back when the iPhone 6 Plus was released, and well, Apple is still updating that phone. It's updated to iOS 12. This does not have the latest Android version, just saying. As you can see here at the front, I'm not going to play the audio, but the speakers on this phone are great. It has two dual stereo speakers. That was the only thing that kept me on this phone. As you can see, it has a big 6-inch, 5.96 inches, which basically rounds off to 6 inches. I don't know why they didn't just round it off. But yeah, 6-inch phone, micro USB, headphone jack at the top. Still had a headphone jack back in 2014. Not a lot of phones have it. The Galaxy Fold does not have a headphone jack, but we're talking about the Nexus 6 right here. As you can see, I'm gonna show you that this phone, it is still on 7.1.1. Now this phone came rooted to me, but I brought it back to the original software, since yes, I cannot use my bank app, and I bank on Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo said, hey, you're rooted, you can't use the app, so I had to bring it back to regular Android Nougat 7.1.1. Now when I had it rooted, I did had some mods on it, make it speedier, but it is what it is. Scrolling through the UI, it's actually pretty smooth. As you can see, the speakers from this thing, like I mentioned, are the only things that kept me on it. Like top and bottom speakers facing you. I mean, I know the iPhone from the 7 all the way to now have dual speakers, the earpiece and the one at the bottom, but this is like directly in front of you. Not just one, but two of them, and it works great. As you can see, scrolling here, it's actually pretty smooth here. Now I'm gonna open up Asphalt 8. Now with this app, you will see how long it takes to open. As you can see here, put the open the app. Takes a little bit, so yeah. You can see I'm gonna move around for now. Play with the phone. As you can see, I have my light up there. One single little light lamp. I'm gonna try to upgrade my set, hopefully later. Look at the time. Y'all can see how long it takes. 7:49. No, it's still loading, which by now your phone that you have now might have opened it. Or you might even have the Nexus 6. Shout out to everybody who's still rocking the Nexus 6 in 2019. Because I know this phone, I love it. Even though it can be slow, but I love this phone. As you can see, when I hit play, it lags a little bit there. Tap on it, wait a little bit because it has to process it. The game is updated, but the phone is not. I'm just gonna say that. So the game keeps getting more graphic intense. They add more stuff to it with the updates, and the phone has to hold off. Kind of wait a little bit there. 750. Let's see how long it takes. Yep. Waiting. I should put some elevator music on the video. But yep, just waiting on here. Any second now. Just give it. Be patient. With this phone, you have to be patient. But you are, because it's a Google Nexus. It's a classic for most people. I know for me it is. It is like a classic phone, almost a collectibles items, I would say. A collectible item, I would say. But yeah, it takes a little bit. If you obviously are using a phone for speed, obviously use your phone. If you get not use your phone, get a new phone. All right, as you can see here, like I said, once it opens, it runs it like smooth. As you can see here, I'm able to play this game like nothing. Like if the phone was brand new. It takes a little bit to load, but once you're on it, as you can see, it's not really lagging or skipping any frames. You will do that sometimes, but like for the most part, I'm able to play Asphalt 8 smoothly. And as you can see here, I'm making the turns, crashing into cars, creating more like graphic intense things while I'm playing the game. It will lag a little bit, but it is 100% playable. 100% playable. I mean, as long as you don't mind the little lags here and there, but they're like minimal. As you can see, I'm able to play this game like nothing, like nobody's business. Just over here, trying to race. Now I will leave basically me playing while I talk to you more about my experience with this phone during my trip. Now I took this phone solely on my trip. I did not have anything else. The only thing I had was this phone and my iPad. And as you can see, iPads are big, so you can't take that everywhere. I had this phone in my pocket 100% of the time while I was in Florida. It is a huge phone, 7 inches with big top, and the bezel at the bottom is kind of little. But yeah, it's a huge phone, and it might not show on camera, but it is a huge phone. 6 inches. I know right now the iPhone XS Max, the actual display size of it, it's like 6.7, but this is like, it was 2014. Bezels were big, and as you can see, the side bezels are actually quite big as well. But yeah, this game plays smoothly. I'm able to play games, do everything else. I was able to text. It has Wi-Fi calling, so if I was connected to Wi-Fi, I could get calls and text on it. While I was on T-Mobile, you might not have that on your carrier. One more thing, I did use navigation on this phone, and it got quite hot. So, if you were, let's say, traveling using navigation on the Nexus 6, mine gets pretty hot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I was just here telling you it's a little quick video, catching up on videos about my experience with the Nexus 6 for a whole month. Now, this phone, you should not go and buy it if you want a new phone for speed. You should get it for the nostalgia, last Nexus 6, and for me, it was great.